Thanks, Tyler, and thank you for tuning in to the Amherst Weekly Report. Hello, and welcome to the Amherst Weekly Report, produced by Amherst Media Interns. I'm Mia Gaeta. 56 UMass students and one UMass employee were arrested the night of Wednesday, October 25th, during a sit-in at the Whitmore Administrative Building. The peaceful demonstration, which followed a march of over 500 people to the building, condemned the Israeli government's occupation of Gaza and demanded that UMass drop ties to companies that aid in supplying the Israeli military with weapons such as Raytheon and General Dynamics. A video captured by the Massachusetts Daily Collegian showed police officers giving members of the sit-in multiple oral warnings to leave the building under the premise of trespassing before the arrests were made. The arrest continued until 2 a.m. on Thursday morning. An email sent to the UMass student body by Chancellor Javier Reyes stated that those arrested have been released but must continue to move through the judicial process. Amherst Media will continue to follow this story next week. On September 11th, community activist, scholar, and former Amherst Media president, Dr. Demetria Shabazz, passed away. We attended her celebration of life on October 26th to pay tribute to her. Here's Emma with the story.
Thanks, Mia. I'm here today at the Unitarian Universalist Society at the celebration of life of Dr. Demetria Shabazz. Shabazz was an activist in the community, and her legacy lives on through her social justice and racial equity work.
She changed my life. Dee changed my life for the better. I was a recluse. I would have been very happy just being at home on my couch, watching television and not participating or engaging outside of that space. Dee set an example to be outgoing, to live outwardly, and to do it in a way that was meaningful and had impact. And I just followed her steed, and she has just been an amazing friend to me, and she continues to guide me in these steps that I'm taking.
I want to say that I am, like many of you, going to miss Dee terribly. My memory and her living in my life moving forward is about her activism, her commitment to trying to make sure that students at UMass could vote and could vote in Amherst, and that we made that a possibility.
I'm so glad to see you, my community before me. And I'm so glad to be out here in the larger and greater Amherst community, but ultimately the community of the world. My mother stood and walked and breathed and sang in this town, looking in each and every one of your eyes and trying to find friendship and kinship amongst you all. And you all stared right back. So I stand here, honored to be here, walking, singing, breathing amongst you all as well.
People have said it here today at her remembrance. If we continue to cherish one another, to love one another, to hold one another up, to support one another, and to speak up for each other and for one another, that's huge. She was outspoken in her support for the youth that were detained in Amherst by the police, and you would think that that was one of her children that was involved or impacted. She spoke in such a way. She was very emotional, and I was just so moved by her emotion and her love for families she didn't even know, you know?
Dr. Shabazz left her mark on the Amherst community, and her work will be felt for generations to come. As the community grieves a tremendous loss, they are reminded to carry on her legacy through her activism. I'm Emma Rothwells, Amherst Media, Amherst.
On Wednesday, October 25th at 7:30 p.m., UMass Amherst held an event called MOMEX Alex Plus Down the Rabbit Hole at the Bromery Center for the Arts, which featured the MOMEX Dance and Illusionist Troupe from Connecticut. The troupe presented a choreographed performance under the direction of Moses Pendleton with a theme inspired by Lewis Carroll's story, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The show featured airborne acrobatics, dancing, and the use of props to move the story along. In an interview with Mass Live and Pendleton, Pendleton said that, quote, "The show is moving musically, it's entertaining, and it's fun, and it's trippy." When describing the MOMEX company itself, Pendleton explained that it's not just a modern dance company. He said, quote, "There's an idea of taking props, extending the body, the human body, into the magical, the alchemical, the mystical, the imaginary world that we try to bring to life." Prior to the performance, there was an Alice in Wonderland cosplay event at 6 p.m., giving guests the opportunity to attend a Mad Hatter tea party. The event offered giveaways for the first 100 costumed attendees. And now to Emily Taranelli for the Sports Report.
Thanks, Mia. The varsity rowing teams of Smith College and Mount Holyoke College and the club team of Amherst College all competed in the famous Head of the Charles Regatta last weekend, which took place between Friday, October 20th and Sunday, October 22nd. The regatta is the biggest three-day rowing event in the world, with a variety of event categories including collegiate, para-athletic, and age-based groups, among others. The race brings in 11,000 athletes and 400,000 spectators every year from around the globe. The race course is about 3 miles long, beginning near the DeWolf Boathouse at Boston University and ending just before the Henderson Boathouse at Northeastern University. Winning the women's collegiate eights category was Tufts University with a time of 18 minutes and 3.96 seconds. The Canadian University of Calgary placed second, and Trinity College placed third. The Pioneer Valley's highest finisher was Smith, whose boat claimed fourth place out of 35 competitors in 18 minutes and 17.40 seconds. Local Seven Sisters rival Mount Holyoke placed 24th, clocking in at 19 minutes and 28.50 seconds. In the women's collegiate fours event, the Amherst Rowing Club team finished the race in 21 minutes and 38 seconds to place 24th out of 38. Overall, Vanderbilt University claimed the winning title in 19 minutes and 39 seconds, with the Florida Institute of Technology taking second and Clemson University taking third. Thanks for tuning into the Sports Report. Back to you, Mia.
Thanks, Emily. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Amherst Weekly Report. I'm Mia Gaeta. We'll see you at the same time next week.